Hi everybody, Richard from the Sedak Motorcycle Blog here from cold South Dakota. My thermometer here, you can see it is 9 degrees outside. That's right, 9 degrees. You think that's cold? It was like negative 12 this morning. So we're definitely not riding here. There's a little bit of snow on the ground, but and yeah, it's great white Christmas. That everybody wants a white Christmas. They live where there's no snow. If you're there in California thinking, man, I really wish I had snow for Christmas, well, come live in the snowland for about 2 weeks. I guarantee you're never going to want a white Christmas again. Anyways, so hope everybody had a good Christmas. I know I had a good one. Got plenty of gifts. Basically, today we're talking about the year that was 2017. It was a pretty good year for me. I hope it was a good year for you. Just a couple of highlights. In January, I did tires on the Goldwing, which, yeah, it's kind of okay, whatever. But for me, it's kind of a personal highlight because I managed to do most of the work on the tires by myself. Pretty much everything but mounting and demounting the old rubber. That was actually done at my local Yamaha dealership. Place is called Black Hills Power Sports. It's in Rapid City. It's a good place to go, and they did for $40 a tire. They did the tires I brought in. I had a set of Elite 4s I bought from Wing Stuff. They put them on, no problem. They balanced them, and like I said, it was a good deal. Really, the hard part was I just had to get there, and honestly, it wasn't that hard. As you'll see from a few of these pictures, we did have to take the trunk up, and that was, I mean, it was kind of a pain, but it wasn't too bad. I used the tutorials on, I believe, on the Goldwing forums. There's Steve Saunders Goldwing forum, and also there is Goldwing Docs. Those are two very good resources for you if you have a Goldwing and you're into doing your own maintenance like I am. So like I said, I put a few pictures here. I'll be doing them throughout the show here, so just to show you what kind of we did. And like I said, it worked out pretty good, and so far the tires have been doing good. I got 7,000 plus miles on them right now. They look like they're wearing okay. They didn't look like they're cupping too bad or I mean, they might be starting to, but they're not too bad. I know some of you are going to say price my steering wheel bearings. I think that's a load of crap. It's more about what kind of road you're riding on. We ride twisties here in the hills, so I think that does more to my cupping tires than doing steering wheel bearings. Besides, I've checked them again and again, and so sorry, you're not going to convince me. Like the Dyke tires aren't going to convince me to go to a car tire. You're not going to convince me. It's just my steering tires that are making the cupping. So anyways, that's besides the point. Biggest things with it, with that front tire, it's got that little groove right up the middle. So one thing with that, when you first get them on, it takes a little, it seems like about 500 miles to either, I don't know if it's A, you got used to it, or B, just getting them worked in. But it was kind of weird. You get a little wobble on the front right at first, but you get used to that. You kind of just got to let it go. Groove concrete's worse, and especially for us up north, that's it. Pretty much every pavement's groove concrete. So it's something to get used to, but after that, it seemed like they've been pretty good. And I keep them on the 15. I keep them both at 40 psi. So I know for the front that's a little high, but I keep them at 40 part of that so I can kind of take care of the cupping. I guess as far as trips this year, I really only did one trip, and it was to a family reunion over the 4th of July, and my wife didn't even come with me. So it was kind of didn't really do the big trip we always do. But I went to northern Minnesota, up in Otter Tail County, which is, if you're not familiar with Minnesota, you find Fargo, North Dakota, and you go kind of south and west about 80 miles, and that's kind of the area I was in. That's kind of where Otter Tail County is. Kind of hung out in the city of Perham for a few days, and just a beautiful area to ride. I did not expect the good riding that I was going to get there. I mean, I'm telling you, northern Minnesota is a lost gem. I think you definitely got to go check it out. Beautiful area. They might not have the twisties that like the hills, the Black Hills has, or Colorado. You know, they don't not have those twisties, but you know what? Beautiful area. Pretty much all, and this is the northern part, obviously. If you're down in Albert Lea and you're wondering where the trees are, well, you're in Albert Lea. That's why there's no trees. Worthington's even worse. If you're down in Worthington and you're wondering, well, Richard said all the trees were going to be here. Well, you're in Worthington. There's no trees in Worthington. You have to go north. You have to go way in northern Minnesota. Like I said, trees line pretty much every road. The area is beautiful. The weather's fairly good for summertime. I mean, you get some humid days, but the weather's generally pretty good in the summer. It's not too hot. You get a couple chilly nights, but not too bad. And the people are nice. I mean, people in Minnesota are especially up north there. I mean, just good, nice people. Everybody says hi to you. There's no, you don't have the, you get attitude in some places, and it just, to me, it didn't seem like I felt it there. So, like I said, good place to go. If you like gold wings, there's tons of gold wings up there. Apparently, everybody loves them up there because I saw tons of them up there. Decent amount of them for sale. And also the lakes. The lakes are great. Cool, clear, good clear lakes. I mean, they're not sloughs. I mean, the water actually moves in all those lakes up there. I think as far as lakes go, maybe the lowest clarity I think I've seen on Wikipedia, granted it's Wikipedia, but still, has been maybe 6 feet. Maybe that's the lowest clarity, and 6 feet's actually pretty good. And I mean, most of the lakes there are 10 to 15 foot clarity, which that's really good. I mean, it's by no means Lake Tahoe sea to the bottom, but that's pretty good clear lakes. But that was probably the biggest trip I made. Of course, the rally. You live in South Dakota, especially in the Black Hills, the rally is a big highlight every year, at least for me. There's plenty of things I don't like about it, but I try to always find the best things about it. One of the big things about it is you get to try new motorcycles, and there was a slurry of them this year. The new Venture was there. From Yamaha. That was awesome. That was a great motorcycle. Honestly, I think Yamaha's on the right track with that. I mean, good storage space. The bike is nice and smooth. I think they really did a good job with the new Venture. And if you're into Yamahas, and I will say this, if you have an old Venture, I'm telling you, go look at that new one, because you're probably going to want to trade it in, because it's really good. I know a lot of people have complained that it's not a four-cylinder. It's not the V4. It doesn't have the one that the engine that the VMAX has. But I'm telling you, give the thing a chance. It's a good, smooth engine. It runs really good. Also, I enjoyed the new BMW. They were there. They had the new bagger that they have this year, and that was an awesome bike as well. I enjoyed that one. Really, as you would expect from a European bike, everything's where it should be. Everything's built right. I mean, it was a great bike. I was very impressed with it. Really, the only complaint I had was that their windscreens don't seem to, their fairing really doesn't block the wind like I would like it to. I think a lot of that's because I have a Goldwing 1500. I mean, they block just about everything. That's probably the one complaint I had. And actually, I got to ride at BMW on a really kind of cold and rainy rally day. I think at the time I was riding it, I think maybe the temperature's maybe about 48 degrees, and it was raining. So I got a good idea of what that's like in bad weather. I'm glad for it, because they're one of the few that actually will ride in bad weather. So that was great. Moto Guzzi was there. Of course, they always represent. Took the Flying Fortress out for a ride again this year. Awesome bike. Still, by far, to me, that's just one of the coolest bikes out there, by far. If not the best, the coolest. You know what? I don't care how big your ape hangers are on your Harley. I don't care how loud your Harley is. I'm telling you, that Moto Guzzi, I'm sorry, a lot cooler than your Harley will ever be. Sorry, Harley guys. I know it's going to hurt your feelings, but too bad. Deal with it. So that, honestly, when you are on the Flying Fortress, to me, it's like if Ferrari built a motorcycle, that is what it would be. I mean, just down to the Testarossa valve covers. I mean, those. I know it's not Testarossa because it's not Ferrari, but honestly, that's about as close to Testarossa as you can get and not be on a Ferrari. And I think they're just cool, and it just makes the whole thing pop. The California was also an awesome bike. Very nice, very smooth. Just the fairing on it did a really good job blocking the wind. Everything was smooth on it. Once again, it's another one of them European motorcycles. European motorcycles are, to me, the perfect motorcycle. They've perfected motorcycles I'd say 40 years ago. That's just how good the European motorcycles are. They're about here, and everybody else, the Japanese bikes are here. It's just that's how far leaps and bounds ahead the European market is in my mind. Also, I did manage to try the new Harley Davidson. Of course, it's Harley Davidson's the official sponsor rally. They have a street named Harley Davidson William Sturgis. Of course, they're going to be there. Managed to take out a new Street Glide. It had the new Milwaukee 8 engine on it. I thought it was a pretty decent engine. I thought didn't seem to have as much as the shaky and rocky level that the last one did. So that, to me, that was a plus. I mean, it shook a little bit, but nothing like that last one where you'd sit at an idle and the new one doesn't do that near as bad. So I thought, to me, that was really good, and I was pretty impressed with that. So it was a great rally once again. Got to see a few good concerts, and just, like I said, fun for me as always. Like I said, find the best parts of it and enjoy it. Fall was good. Got a lot of good riding in the fall. Managed to do some decent mileage in September and got some decent rides in October, so that was good. And one big thing that happened in October, obviously, of course, was the launching of the new wing. So I was very, very happy to see that. I thought they did a very good job with it. I think this is going to put them back in the lead again as far as the touring bikes goes. So once again, I'm very stoked to see that. I hope to get on one in 2018. I really do. I know there's some naysayers of it, but I'm telling you on that, you need to just, much like on the Yamaha Venture, there's a lot of naysayers on that. I know of one that was just dogging it, and then he got on it and loved it. So I'm telling you, give that Goldwing a chance, because I have a feeling that you're going to enjoy it. I have a feeling that I'm really going to enjoy it. I think it's going to be, once again, BMW here, or BMW and the European bikes here, Honda and the Japanese bikes here. I think Honda gets a little bit closer to that. They ain't going to quite get there, but I definitely like the competition they're shooting for on that. Speaking of the bike, I just put about 7,100 miles on it, so that was a good, actually 7,114 miles to be exact. So I thought that was a good year. Like I said, it was a little less mileage than last year, but honestly, if I would have took a big trip somewhere, that would have been 8 or 9. So I figured I did pretty good for riding for the year. But overall, once again, it was a good year for me. I hope it was a good year for you. And I hope for you, and as well as me, that 2018 is another awesome year. I hope it's another good year of riding. And I guess when you're out there riding, especially if you're out there riding right now, I really envy you. So good for you. Enjoy it. Like I say, if you can ride, do it, because you never know when the bad weather's going to come. You never know when your day is going to come. So especially when you're on 2 wheels. So make sure you enjoy it. Enjoy this year. I'm a little late on my happy holidays, but happy holidays to everybody. And hopefully you have a happy new year. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.